we stand and be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Dr. Charles Farmer from Freedom Middle School. And remain standing, please, for a moment of silence.
Good evening, everybody. If you'll join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Excited about our recognitions and good news awards tonight. We're going to start with our Student Artist of the Month and Miss Alicia Barker.
Okay, this month's Franklin Special District Artist of the Month is 6th grader Jessica Tirado. Jessica, a creative member of the Freedom Intermediate Beautification Art Team, designed a vibrant, personal piece that blends imagination with cultural inspiration. She illustrated a unique dragon and framed it with the Chinese alphabet. She chose the bold palette of a dragon fruit and even included the words dragon fruit dragon written in Chinese. Using glitter gel pens and ink, she brought her vision to life with shimmer, detail, and originality. Jessica's art teacher is Madison Morris. This stunning series artwork, along with the work of several other Freedom Middle artists, is on display at the Central Office Gallery. A special thank you to Chuck Sugg and Sonic Drive-In for his support in sponsoring the Student Artist of the Month program. And you can see her piece up here on the screens.
Thank you. Beautiful artwork. Now we have SRO recognitions, and we're always very proud to be able to do this. We'll ask Mr. Tim Stillings to do this for us.
Thank you, Chairman Blair. During the May meeting, we like to recognize, with our sincere appreciation, the dedicated service of the school resource officers who serve the Franklin Special District. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you are in the safest building in Williamson County. So thank you for your service. And as I call your name, would you please come forward and stay here because we want to get a picture, okay? Deputy Sawyer Morris of Franklin Elementary School. Deputy Eric Trainer of Johnson Elementary School is unable to attend tonight. Deputy Cassandra Osborne of Moore Elementary School. Deputy Hunter Anglin of Liberty Elementary School. Unable to attend tonight is Deputy Josh Byram of Poplar Grove Elementary. Deputy Bryant Fox of Poplar Grove Middle School. Deputy Marty French of Freedom Intermediate School. Deputy Charles Edwards of Freedom Middle School. And their supervisors in the Williamson County Sheriff's Office, Lieutenant David Brewer, unable to attend tonight are Lieutenant Brant Pewitt, Captain Learno Zollikoffer. With us is Deputy Chief Matt Gelfriend. Sergeant Lindsey Cook. And also unable to attend is Sheriff Jeff Hughes. We are deeply grateful for these outstanding men and women who serve as SROs in our schools. These dedicated professionals are vital liaisons between the Williamson County Sheriff's Office and our schools. They work tirelessly to provide security and to foster a safe, nurturing learning and working environment for all. In partnership with FSD Safety Supervisor Sylvie Glass and our school principals, these SROs provide a positive impact through the meaningful relationships that they intentionally and proactively build within our schools, guiding, protecting, and inspiring those who serve. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate what you do.
Appreciate you. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I said,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks for being
appreciate it,
here.
sir.
Thank you. Thanks so much for being
Thank you
here.
very much.
Thank you very much. Good to see you as always. You too, ma'am.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Sel.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Went over well.
Next, we have Freedom Middle School's Quiz Bowl team. When I call your name, please come forward. Ruth Westerman, Olivia Hanson, Abraham Hardy, Evan Espiritu, Adam Muterspaw, and Harlan Musinax. On March 29th, the Freedom Middle School's Quiz Bowl teams competed in the annual Spring Forward 16th Middle School Academic Challenge at Gallatin High School. The tournament featured 44 teams across Tennessee and Kentucky. One team featured the students assembled here. They finished seventh overall, just one, sorry, earning earning a coveted bid to the prestigious National Academic Quiz Tournament's Middle School National Championship Tournament in Chicago, Illinois, under the leadership of social studies teacher Zach Looney, and we have some others, Gretchen Corpal and Diane Miller. Freedom Middle School joins Brentwood Middle as the only other team in Williamson County to qualify for nationals and is among just 6 Tennessee schools to earn this distinction. We're going to give you a round of applause for this.
Go ahead.
We are proud to call forward Beth Teagarden, Vice President of Unified Champion Schools for Special Olympics Tennessee, for a special presentation. Sorry.
Good evening. Thank you all for having us today. Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools is a program for schools pre-K through university that intentionally promotes meaningful social inclusion by bringing together students with and without intellectual disabilities to create accepting school environments utilizing 3 components: unified sports, inclusive youth leadership, and whole school engagement. District-wide implementation of this program will bring continuity of inclusion for Franklin Special District students. From the beginning of their education, students will learn about and experience a school climate in which students without disabilities are accepting of their peers with disabilities, both in the classroom and the school overall. We are so excited that Franklin Special District is one of 3 districts in the state of Tennessee that is a district-wide Unified Champions School District. So congratulations for that. National evaluations have shown that Unified Champion schools have created a more socially inclusive school environment, and UCS is making a big impact in reducing bullying, teasing, and offensive language throughout the school. In fact, one of the most consistently cited personal benefits of participation is the development of cross-disability friendships. Both survey and interview data have shown how the program provides students with and without intellectual disabilities the opportunity to work together and facilitate friendships through that collaboration. Beyond interpersonal relationships, benefits of participation at the individual level include acquisition of broadly applicable life skills such as patience and compassion, social awareness skills such as how to better work with others, and revelations about career choices, including working in the fields of disability and education. On a national level, studies show an increase in graduation rates for students with and without intellectual disabilities in schools with a UCS program. The impact on graduation rates may be mediated through an overall change in school climate and peer attitudes towards students with disabilities. Results of this study should suggest that the inclusiveness of a school setting has strong correlations with students' academic outcomes, likely through improved behavior and attendance. Importantly, more prolonged exposure to social inclusion programs like UCS have stronger and more positive correlations with student outcomes, indicating that maximum benefit occurs the longer students are exposed to strategies of Unified Champion schools. That is our goal with a district-wide implementation. Thank you, Dr. Snowden, and the leadership of Franklin Special Schools for making inclusion a priority for your schools. Thank you to all the administrators and faculty within the Franklin Special District for being leaders, not only for your district, but also for our state. We look forward to seeing the growth of Unified Champion schools in your district and the impact you are going to make. So I would like, from Special Olympics, we have a plaque for you that we would like to present to Dr. Snowden, and it says, if I can get it out of here, Franklin Special School District in recognition of their designation as a Unified Champion School District and the commitment to social inclusion for all students.
We also have another designation that we only found out late in the week officially. There was some who knew a little earlier, but Johnson Elementary has received from the Tennessee Department of Education a STEAM designation. And I'll read a little bit about it. This honor recognizes schools across the state for preparing students for post-secondary and future career success by committing to promote STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, learning for all students. STEAM designated schools prioritize math and science education, ensuring that Tennessee students are prepared for the jobs of today and tomorrow. Each school that received this Tennessee STEAM school designation underwent a rigorous application process, and this took 2 years. It wasn't just a couple of weeks or so, but a lot of work, including completion of a self-evaluation, participation in interviews, hosting site visits. Schools applied for the STEAM designation through the designation rubric, which includes 5 focus areas: infrastructure, curriculum and instruction, professional development, achievement, and community and post-secondary partnerships. Johnson Elementary is the only school among 70 plus in Williamson County with this designation. So we're going to invite the administrators and Ms. Peach, who has spearheaded this opportunity, to come forward for show us your banner, and we have also a recognition for you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's give all of our Good News Award recipients another hand. If there is anyone who needs to excuse themselves at this time, you may. All right, public input. There's a podium to my right if there is anyone here for public input. Seeing no one, we declare that public input has now been closed. We'll move on to reports, presentations, and discussions. We'll ask Dr. Decker.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Before I discuss an update on the Introduction to Aerospace course, we have a special addition to the spotlight, and Dr. Snowden is going to start us off.
Yes, as you know, we've been involved in this brand refresh for a couple of years. So we have a new logo for obviously the district, but we also wanted to do a brand refresh, or a refresh, I guess, a logo refresh for our schools. And the schools had significant input on these changes, but we wanted to add some uniformity for our school logos. And I think you'll enjoy. We'll turn it over to Dr. Decker, and she's going to showcase our new school logos.
Thanks, Dr. Snowden. Just waiting for the slide deck to come up.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. So you'll note we're going to walk through each individual school's new logo. This is giving you a picture, though, across all the schools. You'll note that first, starting with Johnson, you'll see the previous logo, and then right next to it, the new one. And on down the line, I'll give you just a second to absorb those. We really, in working with Metal 5 and of course the schools and especially the principals, we tried to keep in mind that there are histories behind these logos and that there were some elements that perhaps schools wanted to preserve, maybe update, but still keep in one way or another. Other schools were ready to completely reimagine their logos. So we really tried to honor the history, honor the input of the schools, but also you might know every school has retained its own personality, but we hope you see that when you look at the logos as a whole, you can tell they're all part of the FSD. So we'll walk individually through each school. So here we have Freedom Middle and Freedom Intermediate. You'll note that all the logos have their mascot inside a circle. It's very clean. The tags that are off to the side, Freedom Middle's is red, Freedom Intermediate's is blue. We can use the logos with those tags or just with the mascot itself. You can see quite an update to the bulldog there, but still a bulldog. Okay, we'll go to the next slide, please. So here we have Poplar Grove. Poplar Grove probably retained the most of its original logo compared to the other schools because it worked. You'll note that there, of course, is the logo for elementary, middle, and then at the top, when they want to use the Poplar Grove School as a whole, they have that option as well. Here's Johnson, and the tiger got a nice refresh. We hope you enjoy it. The colors were adjusted. Franklin Elementary, we have an updated cubby. Here's more. Kept the same eagle, of course, but you'll note that the circle with the mascot is much cleaner. Liberty Elementary got a lion update. Retain the red. And those are the new logos. We hope you like them. Any questions on this? Okay. So on to the next part of the spotlight. You have, of course, in your report, all of the details on the latest happenings with our Introduction to Aerospace course. You know that we'll be offering Aviation 1 next year for our students that are now in 8th grade and will complete Introduction to Aerospace and are moving on to Williamson County for high school, but they'll come back for their first class in the morning to Freedom Middle School and take Aviation 1 with Mr. Dollar, and then they'll ride a bus to either Franklin or Centennial High School. But I thought maybe the best way to present the update tonight is to share with you a recent news story from WSMV4. So hope you enjoy.
How's it going? Good to see you guys. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I see you, Mr. Dollar.
Intro to Aviation may begin in the classroom.
All right, guys, let's get started. Here's our weather this morning. Oh, actually, this is a good one for you.
But pretty soon takes to the virtual skies.
It's exceptional, honestly, being able to fly over the lakes and all of these things. We even flew over Venice one time. It was... Yes, you can go all over the world.
All right, take a look at it. Read to yourself for a second.
First, just as a pilot would prepare for a flight, students have to learn their equipment and the conditions outside.
All right, and our layer of clouds is at
45,000.
And there's a few of them.
It also means learning the pitfalls.
2504 going around. 2504, Roger.
So what if they'd continued that landing? All right, we had a collision there.
Turn left on runway 4 left.
Now, the guy's readback's a hot mess.
I came in very skeptical about whether I would actually take the job or think of taking it or not. This class, alongside Mr. Dollar, has really inspired me to pursue that goal.
As you know, like the different lights on the runway, they mean different things. So it's taught me a lot.
Gaining experience on the simulators, each student earns high school credit and logs hours they can put towards a pilot's license. They already have a jump start on the lingo.
So there's only 3 notches of flaps because it's not like one of the big commercial airliners. So you can
kind of feels like you're talking in another language to me, Jack.
You can decrease your throttle a little bit.
Okay.
And push down on that yoke.
We don't want them to be afraid of flying. We want them to understand the safety aspect of it. They want them to be able to understand what went wrong and to use that information to become safer pilots.
Becoming a safer pilot starts in the classroom.
There you go. Successfully landed.
That was a bumpy land, though, huh?
Hey, as long as you landed.
One landing at a time.
All right. So
reporting in Franklin, I'm Amanda Roberts for News Channel 5.
They're going to have a lot to answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? All right. Moving on, discussion of one gen away property proposal. Is that Dr. Snowden or is that Dr. Essling?
Yes. Well, we'll open it up. When we sent this information to us, there was no clear consensus maybe which direction the board wanted to go, so we didn't put this as an item of consideration. However, if this discussion leads to a situation where the board thinks that you're ready to vote, take this under consideration, we can add that to the agenda before the agenda is approved. So you have the information from Chris's presentation that he made in March. I know Mr. Stillings, as part of the real estate, a member of the real estate committee, has had some conversation with Chris Whitney, so you may want to go ahead and kind of say what your conversation has been like.
From our public work sessions, we briefly discussed about potential ways to strengthen our relationship between our two organizations. Perhaps there's some benefit of working together in this new facility or with this new facility, uh, and that our contribution might be credit towards the purchase price of this property. Now that's just at the theoretical level where we were. I mentioned it to Chris, and he's trying to come up with some potential projects, potential opportunities where there might be some benefit. He's in the process of attempting to reach out to principals. I spoke to him this afternoon and told him this was a discussion item tonight on the agenda. And I told him that in absence of him coming to us with a contract to purchase, an offer to purchase, or any forward movement on discussions about some mutual opportunities, then we would just, for lack of a better term, kick the can down the road to next month and put it perhaps on the agenda if there's movement at that point. So that's where we left it today. Question?
I had a question. When Chris presented it to us, it sounded like they had done the appropriate fundraising and were really wanting us to sell them the property so they could finalize their ability to start moving forward on it like as soon as possible. So are we opposed to following through with that and
Well,
going?
that's a board decision,
Right.
But we don't have anything to act upon. In other words, a written offer or anything like that. So I think your assessment's correct. We just aren't to that point where we're ready to, raise a hand. And
Oh, okay. I
all
thought
that
he
yet.
had proposed to buy it, to purchase it for the $225,000. That was already fundraised for them, or has he not?
I think there's more discussion going on internally about that.
Okay, okay. I just knew they were kind of on a time frame. They were wanting to get going on it. So
They've got a little slack in their time frame now.
And as we've discussed, Dr. Esslinger and I discussed with Dr. Kerrigan, where it'd be the closest school to this new facility. We don't see any downside or disadvantage to having in that location. I know someone, I don't know if it's Chris, that mentioned, I think maybe at our retreat, where we had a poor technology signal, but something was mentioned about a sidewalk. We would not be in favor of a sidewalk going across or on Franklin Elementary's property. I mean, obviously we can't change the city's approval of sidewalks, but we would adamantly be opposed to a sidewalk. But at where the location is, it would be at the back part of FES's campus, and a sidewalk across into there would be a security issue for certain. So that's the only thing that was mentioned that we would be in opposition to would be a sidewalk.
I relayed that to Chris as well.
Okay.
I just appreciated the last time we had this conversation that Alicia brought to our attention and reminded us that that we've been partners with them since day one, and we've had some mutual partnership with them, and we continue to have mutual partnership with them.
So, Tim, are you wanting Chris to get us a contract proposal to look at, or are we still waiting on ideas about how we may be able to generate a partnership?
Let's give Chris a little more time to work through details on his end about any potential for projects to work on together. But in essence, we are waiting for a an offer, a formal offer. An offer to purchase real estate is in writing.
So if he offers us certain projects to work on, is that reducing the price?
Well, that's something that we would
Is
discuss
that
at a
still
work session.
further discussion now? Okay.
Tim, are you also looking to find out if we want to move on to this the very next meeting? Or I know you're saying, Kevin, wait for to get a proposal, but let's say we got a proposal. I think you want us to signal to you that we would like it to be on the next agenda. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. There's no there's nothing that we need to be doing.
Okay.
We're waiting for Chris.
Okay.
So if he comes to us with an offer and some discussion items, then we'll put it on the agenda. If not, we can do other things. Yeah. But no signaling needs to go on. I think at the public work session, everybody said, yeah, let's explore this. And so.
I just want to be clear. So Chris is not sure if they want to purchase this from us, or he's looking at other options.
He is sure he wants to purchase this from us.
Okay. And we're just exploring
Right.
how that might look. Okay.
Right.
Any other discussion? All right, thank you. Approval of board agenda, is there a motion?
Motion to approve the board agenda.
Second? All in favor? Approval of consent agenda, is there a motion? Motion, is there a second? All in favor? Business before the board, Dr. Snowden.
Yes, we have one item for consideration, policy revision enrollment in advanced courses, 4.205. This is a first reading. Revisions reflect the addition of Introduction to Aerospace on page 5 as an addition to the high school classes that FSD offers. In addition, language was added clarifying the wait list for those students that would like to be reconsidered for classes. The wait list does not pertain to 7th grade Algebra 1, item 13, page 3. There are no other changes with this policy update. We recommend approval of the first reading.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Ms. Bell, is there a second? Ms. Newman, is there a discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Dr. Snowden, Director of Schools report.
Thank you. And I've added some items. We just keep getting a lot of good news recognition. So first I want to, okay, Dr. Munez, are you back there? Is Scotty back there? You need to bring our newest therapy dog up and let the board meet Scotty. She was asleep?
No.
Well, she's been working all day, so. So we're back to each school having their own therapy dog. So we're excited about that. I know Dr. Munez is. So she is the primary handler. Eli Adams is the secondary handler. So thank you for stepping up to be the primary handler, Amanda. We appreciate it. Also, at the end of the week, we had recognition from the Williamson Scene. I don't know if you saw this, but out of all the elementary schools in Williamson County, Poplar Grove Elementary won first place, and second place was Moore Elementary School. So quite a feat. Congratulations. It's through the Williamson scene. What is it called? Best of Williamson. Yeah. So they were campaigning. Did you get out and campaign, Dr. Erickson and Dr. Muniz? No. They, that's just a great recognition. Also, this afternoon, we received notice that Dr. Pax Weimers had been named a regional semifinalist for Tennessee Supervisor of the Year. So continuing with the FSD Volunteer of the Year, the Volunteer Selection Committee selected Franklin Elementary's Callie Alexander as the 24-25 FSD District Volunteer of the Year. Ms. Alexander has been nominated on behalf of our district to be considered for the TSBA Mid-Cumberland District Volunteer Recognition Award. We're very grateful for each of our volunteers, whether they are parents or community members, and are proud to have Ms. Alexander represent our district as our FSD Volunteer of the Year. TCAP, I know all the school administrators as well as Dr. Weimers are very glad that standardized test is over, but it also went very well. We certainly appreciate Dr. Weimers and Ms. Maxwell from the central office, our school administrators, and the many teachers and staff that were part of making the testing season a success. Dr. Weimers and Ms. Maxwell have been especially grateful for the new secure staging area they have here at central office. So the principals or assistant principals, I guess, are the main ones that drive up, pick up their tests, and then once they're finished, they bring them back. So it's a secure location right outside here on the drive, and it's really worked out well. I think assistant principals bragged more than anyone, didn't they, Dr. Weimers? They were. Yeah, absolutely. The budget process, remaining dates for budget work session May 19th and June the 16th. Revenue and personnel will be the focus at the next work session. FSSD Teacher and Staff Appreciation. We celebrated our personnel last week. Baskets of treats were delivered to each school, the MAC office, and maintenance, landscaping, and transportation on behalf of the board and the director of schools. School Nurse Appreciation Day was May the 7th. As you know, we're very fortunate to have a wonderful team of nurses and to have one at each school. If you've had the chance and if you see them in the near future, just please offer them some gratitude for what they do for our students and staff each day. Our night of celebration recap on the 24th, we're still receiving positive comments from that night. We're very pleased with the results of the planning and feel that everyone that attended had a good time and enjoyed themselves. FCS Summer Meal Program, as noted at the last meeting, this open site will be at Johnson, where we'll also be having Summer Mac. Meals will be provided at the Learning Academy at Poplar Grove School and Young Scholars at Freedom Middle. Summer Mac, information for our Summer Mac and registration forms can be found online. Young Scholars Institute, June the 2nd through the 6th and 9th through the 13th. Teachers are ready to welcome students for the 2025 camp for independent and highly motivated students who have completed 1st through 8th grade. And if your schedule allows during those dates, we would love to have you. They would love to have you come by as well to visit classrooms and see what's occurring at Young Scholars. Our summer learning camp this year will operate Monday through Thursday for 4 weeks, starting June the 2nd through the 26th, excluding Fridays. Planning by our teaching and learning department members is wrapping up to make this a very productive opportunity for our students. Gentry's Educational Foundation Summer Camp. Information about sign-up forms for this camp can also be found through the foundation's website, not our website. The last day of school is hard to believe. May 23rd is an abbreviated day for our students, and then Memorial Day, May the 26th, all our offices will be closed. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Teaching and learning.
Nothing additional, sir. Thank you.
All right. Finance and administration.
Yes, good evening, everyone. May's collection did show a slight decrease. If you look at the tax revenue report, sales tax report, but for year to date, we're still 6.7% over year to year comparisons.
Thank you, sir. All right. Any announcements from the board?
I just wanted to say that I was buttons were bursting over how excited I was that Frank Talks was here today, and our leaders, Dr. Snowden, Dr. Esslinger, and Dr. Decker, just hit it out of the ballpark with just their excellence and sharing. And I received so many positive comments about it, and I just appreciate how you did an excellent, excellent job in telling our Franklin Special District story.
Any other announcements? And I agree with Ms. Bell. Several positive comments. The room was actually full. Their capacity is 80, and they actually had more than 80. And so the presentation, oh, sorry. Sorry. The presentation was great. And I know there were plenty of others who were behind the scenes, Carol, Susanna, Drew, and others who also made it possible. And but they were excited to be here. And again, as Ms. Bell said, the presentations were great, and it was just a great day. So
I had one other thing. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. This Thursday, we will be hosting the Middle Region, Middle Grand Division is the exact title of superintendents for a legislative, I guess, wrap up or legislative information. I say this, we'll find out what all the legislature had in store for us. I'll say it that way at this point. So we're glad to host that event. This is the first time we've ever hosted because we really didn't have a place before. So it'll be about 60 people here from across the middle part of the state. So we're glad to host that group. Thank you.
Anything else? If there's nothing else, we are adjourned.